Listen in. Okay, no one's come to the microphone yet. Of course, the big news was that the Dodgers were deferring $680 million of that $700 million 10-year contract. Shohei going to get $2 million per season. And that allows, of course, the Dodgers $68 million or so to go out and get maybe other stars, maybe other pitchers. Nothing yet as they continue to wait on the moderator for the news conference. Shohei Ohtani spent 6 years with the Angels. Of course, never made the playoffs. The Angels on a 9-year playoff drought. Of course, he was the MVP for the World Baseball Classic last year. You saw the fire in him. He was so into it, so enthusiastic. He wants to make the playoffs, and he came here to the Dodgers to make the playoffs. The Dodgers making the playoffs 11 consecutive seasons. And of course, he cannot pitch next year because he had surgery on his right elbow the second time. Joe Davis, the Dodgers play-by-play commentator, is at the microphone, and he will be moderating today's news conference. And it looks like he's about to begin. Let's listen in.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium. Welcome to everybody who is here with us today, and welcome to everybody across the world who's tuned in watching us. Today, the franchise that brought us Jackie Robinson and Sandy Koufax and so many of the all-time greats celebrates the arrival of a ball player that stretched baseball's imagination. There's once in a while, there's once in a lifetime, and then there's once in forever when you get a ball player like this. Shohei Ohtani is a Los Angeles Dodger. Joining us on this stage, we have the chairman of the Dodgers, Mark Walter. We have the president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman. On this side, Shohei's agent from CAA, Nez Balello. Shohei's interpreter, mostly Shohei's best buddy, close friend, Ippei Mizuhara. You know, for the last few years, we all, with a sense of wonder, have asked the question over and over, what will Shohei do next? The answer to that question we know moving forward. Whatever it is, it's going to be in a Dodger uniform. To make that happen for the first time, to make this official, here's Andrew Friedman.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for being here today, and thank you, everyone who's tuning in live from Japan and all over the world. We are truly excited to be here today to introduce Shohei Ohtani to our market, to Dodger fans all over the world. Shohei is arguably the most talented player who's ever played this game. He is a player that we have long admired, and since joining Major League Baseball, he has continued to improve and sharpen his talents en route to becoming the most dynamic player in the game. The ability on the field is obvious, but as we went through this process to get a sense for just how passionate he is about this game really stood out to us. You could feel the importance of winning, and we knew that winning a lot was going to be a really important thing to him as he came down to making his final decision. Watching him over the years from afar, and especially in the World Baseball Classic, you could see his ability to rise to the occasion, cherish the most intense, high-pressure moments, and perform on that big stage. The Dodgers have a long and rich history in Japan, starting with Walter O'Malley and Akihiro Ike Ikuhara, which ultimately led to Hideo Nomo, Hiroki Kuroda, Kenta Maeda, and countless others. And continuing in the most significant way we can imagine with this announcement today. One of our goals is to have baseball fans in Japan convert to Dodger Blue, and to have Shohei, along with the rest of his teammates, help grow the game and passion for Dodgers baseball all across Japan. Shohei has an unwavering drive to be great, and that also comes with the desire to teach and learn from the great players that he has been around and will continue to surround him. There is a true appreciation of what it means to compete year in and year out for championships, and we know just how well that lines up with the existing talent on this team. One of the many things we have come to appreciate over the years about Shohei is watching him never take a pitch off, no matter the score of the game. I've seen him in games where his team is up big or down big, grinding each pitch late in an at-bat, hustling, doing all he can to try to leg out an infield hit late in the game. While he won't be able to pitch this year, his ability to impact the game on both sides of the ball is something so unique, but no doubt incredibly inspirational to kids all over the world. Before we move on to formally introduce Shohei, I have a few acknowledgments I'd like to make. First, Nez, CAA. I won't say it was easy, but I appreciate the honest communication, the consistent communication, and appreciate everything through the process. I also want to point out how incredibly grateful we are to Mark Walter and the rest of our ownership group for the opportunity to be standing here. They continue to show time and time again their commitment to winning is unmatched, and that our goal is for the Dodgers organization to be a destination spot for everyone around the league. So speaking on behalf of baseball operations, thank you. With that, we couldn't be more thrilled to introduce the newest member of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani.
Congratulations.
Looks good. Over here.
皆さん本日はお集まりいただきありがとうございます。
Everybody, thank you very much for making your time to come out here and hear this announcement.
まず最初にこのような機会をいただき、今回選手としての自分を信じてくださったロサンゼルスドジャースのチームの皆さん、特にマーク・ウォルター、アンドリュー・フリードマン、スタン・キャステン、ブランドン・ゴームズ、デーブ・ロバーツ、この5人には本当に感謝しています。ありがとうございます。
First of all, I would like to thank the Los Angeles Dodgers organization for giving me an opportunity to play here and believing me as a baseball player. And especially these 5 guys that I'm about to mention, starts with Mark Walter, Andrew Friedman, Stan Kasten, Brandon Gomes, and Dave Roberts. These 5 are very critical for me throughout the whole process.
そして私にメジャーリーガーとしての最初のチャンスを与えてくださったエンジェルスの皆さん、本当に今振り返っても素晴らしく大切で忘れられないそんな6年間をそんな思い出をありがとうございました。
Next, I would like to thank the Los Angeles Angels organization for being. It was great. It was a fun ride, great ride for the last 6 years. I would like to thank everybody in the organization, and I will never forget all the memories I had.
また今回の FA に際しまして、本当に多くの方とお話をさせていただきました。その他の球団も含めた、球団関係者のすべての皆さんに、心より感謝申し上げます。
And there's a lot of other people that was involved in this whole process, and people from other teams. And I would like to thank everybody that was just involved in this whole process. I'm very thankful for everyone. Thank you very much.
明確な勝利を目指すビジョンと、豊富な球団の歴史を持つ、このロサンゼルス・ドジャースの一員になれることを、今心より、嬉しく思うと同時に今すごく興奮しています。
I can't wait to join the Dodgers. They share the same passion as me. They have a vision and a history all about winning, and I share the same values. So I just can't wait to join the team and get it going.
最後に、日々お世話になっている、エージェントのネズバレロをはじめ CA の皆さん、そしていつも遠く日本から、温かい声援を送ってくださるファンの皆さん、本当にありがとうございます。今日は質疑応答を交えながらそうした方々に少しでも日々の感謝の気持ちを伝えれたらなと思っています。よろしくお願いします。
And lastly, I would like to thank my agent Nels Bolello, along with the whole CAA company, and of course everyone back in Japan that's always been that always had my back and been cheering for me for the last or ever since I've been playing baseball. And I would like to use this time to answer some questions and show my gratitude towards everybody.
Introductory news conference for Shohei Ohtani, donning Dodger blue in front of the public for the first time with his number 17. Joe Kelly giving up his number 17 for Shohei. And of course, it's a 10-year, $700 million contract, as we mentioned. Most of that deferred, 97% of that deferred until the contract is up in 10 years. Shohei wanting the team to go out and get some extra players, so the deferred money frees up $68 million so they can go out and get maybe some pitching, some other hitting. It's hard to believe it's going to be Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani at the top of that lineup. A triple threat right there. As Ohtani, of course, remember Ohtani, to the Dodgers or any National League team wouldn't even consider him unless the designated hitter rule was added to the National League in 2022 following the altered rules implemented during that COVID season. So being a DH, if it was just the old rules, the National League never had the designated hitter rule, only the American League. And of course, Shohei cannot pitch because he had elbow surgery in September. He's going to pitch in 2025. So that new rule really gave the Dodgers and other National League teams a chance to get him. And of course, ultimately, the Dodgers have him. Shohei Ohtani, officially a Dodger on Saturday. He announced on his Instagram that he was coming to the Dodgers, and he thanked all of his Angel fans, the Angel organization, for everything they did for him. And of course, that Blue Jays rumor, a lot of people believed it, that he was on a plane to Toronto to become a Blue Jay. Well, they got the blue part right. He is in blue here in Los Angeles. Number 17.